Hey guys, this is Hannah and this is Bookworms Talk, and today we're going to talk about the sneak peek of Entwined with You by Sylvia Day. And not only is it a little first chapter sneak peek, we get 2 chapters. That's right, 2. How exciting is that? And so a little recap of Reflected in You, of both of which I have videos on. I'll pop up right here, there to you, and right up here, Reflected in You. And you can check those out if you want to refresh your mind on the whole series and stuff if you don't have enough time to reread them before this next one comes out. Very, very soon it comes out. I'm so excited for it. Okay, but a little recap, like the last chapter or so of Reflected in You, or the general idea. So Eva's stepbrother Nathan has always just been lurking, right? And she's always been terrified of him finding her again, and all that Gideon can do is to hire more security, but the reality is she will always be looking over her shoulder and she'll never feel completely safe, and that absolutely drove Gideon crazy. So the only thing that he could do to make her feel safe is to get rid of Nathan, and so he killed him. They have the beautiful I love you scene, and he gives in great detail what happened to him when he was younger, and just our hearts. I mean, I want to go and reread this entire book. It's one of my all-time favorites. And Detective Graves goes and talks to her, and in Reflected in You, it makes us, in Reflected in You, it seems like she is okay with what Gideon did, you know? Like, I got that vibe, and I was not even suspicious that maybe Detective Graves was just saying this by telling her she will go to Gideon, and it'll prove just everything, and it'll just, like, nail to her own coffin, you know what I mean? I didn't even think of that at all in this, but in the Entwined with You sneak peek that we have, that's brought to the point, and I feel so stupid for not finding that before. So the last 2 pages of this, she ends up at Gideon's apartment, and they just are on their knees, and it's just this heart-wrenching scene. And that is literally the second that Eva pieces together when he said earlier, "I'd kill for you, give up everything I own for you, but I won't give you up." And then it ends with this. Where do we go from here? Wherever this takes us, together. We start off with the Entwined with You chapter 1. It is literally that same, like, she's in the cab going away from Gideon's apartment. She's still pissed about him pushing her away and everything, reasonably so. I mean, I still would be, not maybe as much as she is, but a little bit I would. So then there's this reporter there, Deanna Johnson, waiting at her apartment. She's trying to dig up information on Gideon, and we're led to believe that she's one of his exes. She's just out to make him look worse, and because Eva's supposed to be broken up with him, I was kind of thinking, well, you should lead her on and act like you're going to do this thing and really not give her anything. Just something like that. I thought, let's lead them on, because we're really going to try to do that. But she, maybe not as smart as she should have been with that, and she was like, maybe another time, and I'm worried that that's going to come back and bite her in the ass. Oh yeah, and you know the benefit of Gideon owning her apartment complex? He can kind of get in and out without a trace. So he's actually in her apartment. She gets out of the shower and he's there and he's just like, "I need you," and she's like, "It's dangerous for you to be here," which is smart. I'm so glad that she said that. While I want him there as much as she does, she says, this is dangerous, this isn't a good idea, you have to cover your tracks. And somehow the way that she left his apartment made him feel like she wasn't okay with what he did and that he was gonna lose her. And just, oh my god, can we not have Gideon groveling and upset for like a book, maybe? Because it's a lot for me to handle. And so they work out a couple little details, and Gideon says like the most brilliant thing ever, because what I remember of Eva, she drove me a little crazy with being overly jealous and, oh, the secrets, and I'm gonna keep this grudge over you, that. And he's just like, look, it's over. I did it to protect you. Just let's not argue about the past. Thank you, Gideon. I hope she listens. And so then we get to chapter 2, which is the best part, I think, personally. And you know how Gideon had the really, really big issue with saying, "I love you" out loud. He would just describe how he felt for her in all these other ways, and now he said it in Reflected in You. Like, the last couple chapters, he said that, and that was a really, really big step for him. So they're having sex, and she's like, "Say it." And he still struggles with it, and I love that he does struggle with it, because it shouldn't come easy. Just because you say it once doesn't mean it's going to be easy every time. And she's just like, "No, I love you." And then, I mean, then he says it, and I love that there's that struggle still. It's realistic to him. And I was thoroughly fangirling this morning. I had to go in to take a final, and I was just like, oh, but it's out. And I was up at 1 in the morning, and I was like, I know it's out today. don't look, I'll be up all night reading it. I was supposed to be studying. And so I had to wait till I got back from classes, and oh my god, I would not have been able to stop, because I thought it was one chapter, it was actually two. What do you think Graves, the detective, what her intentions were? Do you think that she meant well, almost, by saying, you should be thanking him, and earnestly saying that? Or do you think it was to try to get her to go there, to catch them? What do you think is going to happen in this? Like, really, what do you think? I want to know all of those details, and I have to reread Reflected in You, because looking back to give you guys a little recap, I realized I don't remember most of this, and that just can't happen. So I'm gonna go back and reread both of them, I think, I hope, at least, Reflected in You. Yeah, I'm so excited for Entwined with You. That's my excited noise. Feel free to fangirl with me down there in the comments about Entwined with You. Holy crap, this book. The most anticipated book of 2013 for me. So yeah, excitement. Alright, I will see you guys later next on Bookworms Talk. Bye.